Hi guys, 1959 Chevy Apache. This is quite a rare car in the UK, and this is been brought in today to have the bench seat completely redesigned and then a bespoke leather cover made and put on here. Also having an armrest in the centre with cup holders in it. The cab carpet is going to get replaced. It's having sun visors done in the same leather as the seats and a headliner in the same leather as well. I think that is it. I'll get on and remove the seat. Once the seat is out, I can get on and do the cab carpet. I've now got the seat on the bench. I have noticed something about the seat, but I'll show you that in a minute. What I need to do is take the frame off the bottom. If I can split the two component parts, the backrest and the seat, I will. And then I'll start to remove the cover and see what we find. This is probably just 4 bolts and these come off 4. You got any on the front? No, I think it's just 4. So I'm having problems moving the seat backwards and forwards, and I think I know the problem. We've got something here stopping that moving because the whole frame is stationary and the seat moves. So I need to start to remove part of the cover and investigate what it is. The seat, I think, has been moved too far forward. I think this is a strip underneath that stops the seat from going all the way, sliding all the way off. And I think it's been slid too far forwards or too far backwards, and now won't come the other way. So you can just see here we've got this black strip and the frame here is on this side of it here, and I think it should be on the other side of it, because there's no way the seat will move now because that is jamming the seat mechanism. So what I will have to do is take this whole front part off the seat. Look what I found. A cover under a cover. I hope that's just the one. So that's probably the original cover. This has been recovered at some point. And I think that's not supposed to be bent. Now that that is removed, I'm going to see what's underneath this. Obviously the cover that is on it is not great. It's been put on quite shonkily. I've just got to cut all the hog rings off. So we have a bolt either side. That should split the backrest. I've now split the seat. Got the backrest here, seat here, and I suspect the reason this had a cover over a cover is because this is glued down to the foam, and whoever made the new cover couldn't remove it. Now, like I said earlier, this is going to have a complete redesign, so I don't know what I'm going to do yet. Now, I do know that oh yeah, there is a wire mesh. It's strange that there's a wire mesh inside the foam itself. What I'll probably do is probably remove this cover, and then I will remove all the foam in one go and see what's going on. I may be able to just slice the top of the foam off on this and then start to rebuild the foam up. The owner said it's a little bit saggy in the middle. Now, if I can put a couple more springs in, I will do. But until I take everything apart, I don't know what is going on and how I'm going to do it. Also, the backrest needs the folding down armrest cup holder in, and I suspect this is the same construction as this. It'll be complete foam, two covers on it, so we're into fun. So I'm going to try and steam this cover off. It may work, it may not, but I'll not know until I give it a go. Yeah, there's no way of removing this foam from the frame, so I'm going to just continue doing what I'm doing, remove the old cover. I'll reshape the foam, put some more foam on top, and then we can start to do some patterning. That's the first one off. I need to do exactly the same with the backrest, and then I need to find a way of putting this armrest into that backrest. So that will be a challenge, but once I've done that, I'll know how big I need to make the rest of this backrest and then adjust the foam on here. Oh, I did find a label in the seat cover, and it's dated 06/15/89. So I'm assuming it's American because no one else in the world writes dates like that. So that would have been the 15th day of the 6th month, 1989, that was made. So obviously a bit younger than the actual car, so definitely a seat from another vehicle. Throw this to one side and get on with the backrest. So after trying to remove the cover from the backrest, I decided that I was going to cut it off, the whole foam, and just have the frame. What I'll probably do with this frame is just put a board over it, support it, because there's going to be so much built up on this. As you remember, I need to put an armrest in here and I need to find a way of doing that. So I thought it was best just to remove the foam and see what the frame's like and see what I'm going to do. Now I have an old seat, can't remember what car it is, and it has an armrest in the middle. So I'm going to take the armrest off that and see if I can transplant it into here and see what we're working with. So I'll get the other seat now and show you the armrest. So this is the old seat that I've got, and it's got this armrest here. So I'm going to remove the armrest from this seat and any bracketry that's in here in the seat itself, and try and attach that to the frame of this Chevy seat. As you can see, this seat has been cannibalised. The owner had a pair of them. I wanted one to be a decent one, so I've had to remove parts from one and transplant it onto the other. So that's the part off that I need, and I'm going to transplant it into the centre here. So it needs a little bit of trimming yet. Now that everything is stripped, so I've got the armrest here, I've built it back up so I know what I'm doing with it. The frame is obviously stripped. The first job is to make a pattern of this. I'm going to draw around the frame and then I'm going to extend that where I need to, because I want to come a little bit higher with this seat. So I'm going to make a board that goes onto the frame that extends the seat higher. That'll just give me a bit more room at the top. Once I've made the pattern, I can work out where everything needs to go what I'm going to do design wise, and then I can transfer all that onto here. So after dealing with the backrest, I've decided to cut the foam off the seat base and do exactly the same. I'm gonna put a board on and then foam on top of the board. I'll continue removing the rest of the foam off here. It is mostly off, but I've still got to get all the bits off, and once I've done that, I'll cut a board and then we should be ready for foaming it all. That's probably cleaned up quite enough. So all the work I did to remove the cover from this seat was pointless. So that was quite a few hours down the drain, but never mind. I should have just done this in the first place. I knew I should have done when I started removing the cover. They say you live and learn, sometimes you don't. The boards are now cut for both the seat and the backrest. I've made a little board up here that goes onto the armrest board. Well, it's not a board, it's a metal frame, but I need to actually put holes in here for 2 cup holders. I've bonded that to this. Once it's gone off, I'll drill the holes. I now need to attach the boards and the mechanism for the armrest to both seat and backrest, and once I've done that, I can get on with building the foam. Quite a bit to do before I even get to a point of cutting out the leather, so I'll get on and I'll come back to you in a bit. just going to show you where I'm at with the foam now. I've cut this foam. This is for the backrest. I've cut this foam to size, obviously. Where the armrest is, I've put some chip foam. It's a little bit more firm, a bit more stability in those areas. I've obviously cut them into the component pieces. You'll find out why when I come to fit the cover to this, why I've done it like this. What I need to do next is to extend this part up. So like the armrest is here, it's higher by an inch with a domed kind of finish to it. I'm going to do exactly the same with this piece, and then once I've done that, that will be it with the foam. Oh no, on this I need to extend the back as well and put a little bit of chip foam on the back. That will be it with the backrest. I need to do exactly the same with the seat. Obviously no armrest, but it still has this part here in the centre. Once I've done all that, I should be able to do some patterning, cut the pieces of leather, do all the stitching, sew them together and fit the cover. There's still quite a lot to do. So I will get on and continue with this, do the seat. I'm not going to film the seat once I've done all this. The seat is just the same as this, so I'll not film that. And I'll probably come back to you when all the foams are cut and I'm ready to pattern them. So yeah, I'll get on and come back to you later. Now that I've put the 1-inch foam on here, you can now start to see the shape of the seat, how it's going to look. I'll put this to one side now and get the seat to the same point as this, and then it'll be leather time. But that's for another video. So if you enjoyed that video, give it the old thumbs up, and I hope to see you again. Thanks for watching. Bye.